Hello, beautiful souls. Hello. It is Solita. How are you? It is really, really late, but this seems to be the only time that I can really get stuff done, and only two of my children are here tonight. So, um, quickly, welcome. Again, my name is Solita, the Soul Leader. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about pressure. And when I was writing about pressure, I was in my thoughts, just, thinking. What came to me was about applying pressure, when to apply pressure, um, who to apply the pressure on, and like how I envision it. So, agree, disagree, understand what I'm saying, don't, but I'm just hoping that someone does. So I'm gonna read what I wrote. So don't go applying pressure to those who can't handle pressure. And when I say that, I'm talking about people who say you have been cool with somebody for a long time, right? Maybe I would say somewhere in between 5 years. You should know them enough, and you're around them all the time, know them enough to know what makes them tick, or know how they react when any type of pressure is applied to them. It doesn't matter if it's something simple from a job, or a task with their children, a task with their wife, their girlfriend, or their friends, or their mom. It doesn't matter. Any type of pressure, test taking, that's pressure. Being the head of the household, that's pressure. Stuff like that. And pay attention to how they react. Usually when you know they can't handle pressure, what I find unfair about putting pressure on them, saying expecting something from them that they can't possess. It's not that they can't, but they believe they can't possess. So as long as they believe that, they actually can't possess it. So it's you will stay dealing with situations and being upset with a person for not being what you feel like you want and you deserve, when the whole time what you really need to do is reevaluate yourself and ask yourself, why are you expecting a different result from somebody who don't even respect a different result from themselves, right? Okay, so why even put that pressure on them? You wasting time, you wasting energy. You can just carry it on, move along. And I say that because they already shown you the first time you turned the pot on. The first time the heat wasn't even up yet. You applied the pressure on, and I said the pressure. The heat wasn't even on yet, right? So let me give you a scenario. Say you cooking something, right? You got something cooking in the pot, and you put it on that stove. You put your little pressure cooker on, and say you got the heat on, it's on low, but that pot been on for a while, so it had built up some heat. And say that person go and touch it, not knowing that burner was on, and it caused a significant burn, right? Say it caused a burn, and the wound get not get infected, but say you get a blister, and say it bust, but say this was a major burn and a blister bust and blah blah blah, and it's a wound now, right? I say that burn represent a wound, because we're gonna say burn as representing feelings, when stuff hurt. So we all sometimes have wounds that are still open, right? So say the wound did get infected, because all they did was just put a bandage on it and kept going every day, not changing it, right? And it can easily get infected like that if it's really that bad, if there's an open wound, right? So you don't apply pressure to open wounds that are infected. And what I mean is that by infected are like, people who are really so broken. It's like, don't go breaking down yourself and putting yourself down, you know, just because somebody else is not able to heal. Everybody not able to heal themselves. So we all do need a little help. That's why I said I do encourage people to do therapy, because I've been thinking about it myself. Even though I know I pray and stuff, I know I read like positive affirmations. I try to like rebuild myself, but I know I'm not doing it on my own. I know all this is coming from God, but at the same time, I know that I experienced a lot of trauma in my adulthood alone. And there's still things that I don't know, and I'm always open to grow and learning myself. So, I've been thinking about taking, going to some therapy myself, so I could touch down on things that I probably haven't realized. But anyway, so back to applying pressure to the infected. You don't want to do that because they got that, gangrene. That wound is haven't been attended to. Even the maggots don't even want the flesh. And sometimes, maggots can be used in medicine to eat away dead flesh. I seen it on I think it was Discovery Health or TLC, like this was like maybe 15 years ago. But I know that was real. When I seen it, I was a little squirmy watching it, but I do know that it's real, and it did work for whatever was going on with that person in their open wound. But what I'm speaking about, maggots not wanting that flesh, was from somebody who's like they dead inside, like they got a cold heart. Is no matter what you say, it's no helping them. You don't go applying pressure. I mean, it's unfair for what? Wasted energy. You got to know when to apply the pressure to an open wound. Like when it immediately stops the bleeding, or say you put some cream on it and you or some say like if you had done it when it immediately happened, like if you had put some burn cream on it, or immediately went and tended to it, took it to the doctor or a burn unit, whatever the case, you attended to it immediately, it wouldn't have become a wound. It wouldn't end up affected or anything like that, right? So like when we get these open wounds in our lives, my take on the open wounds is to, yes, put a bandage on it, but you have to redress that bandage each and every day, and that means to heal. You have to feed your soul each and every day to rebuild yourself when you go through really traumatic situations and really bad things that kind of alter who you are, make you change your view and look at people, places, and things differently. It hasn't been easy for me. Like I've been on this camera and I've made a few videos so far, and I've been getting comfortable to a way of really opening up, and if I gotta cry, I cry. I don't care how I look, whatever it is, it's whatever. Because I feel like a lot of my journey in my life has been alone, and I'm not afraid to be alone. For me, it's the fact that, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to listen out for my baby. For me, it's more so the fact that, the fact I had to endure so much alone, that I'm okay with even healing alone. And I'm open to whoever the Lord sends my way to help me through this. Maybe the Lord would send me towards them to help them. I hope that I'm helping somebody right now. But let's get back on topic. So don't go picking at the wound, though. Allow the wound to get a scab. And allow that scab to flake off on its own. Because a scab turns into a scar. And a scar is proof that you have healed. A scar is remembrance that you are a victor, not a victim, right? And I look on my body and I think about always in my childhood too, even the marks that I have on myself as an adult, right? And I look at the places where I once had things happen, and whatever mark was there disappeared. And then I look at the places where I still have bruises or scars from where I may have injured my own self or whatever the case may be, right? Those are reminders that I got back up, right? So I'm telling you, those are reminders that you've got back up. If you open your eyes today, you are, how I want to put it, you open your eyes today, you are blessed. You can do something again. Let's just say that. And I'm not going to say any more about that. So let's get back on topic. You clean an infected wound, you don't patch it up. All you would do is go on affecting so much flesh that it becomes a walking corpse. You're not dead if you were living. It takes time to heal because you heal within time. Take the time to heal in time. All there is left is time, so why wait for time when the time is now? When I say take, I mean lay a hold. Take a hold of those things that are keeping you away from being the greatest you. That means having a lot of alone time, going on dates with yourself, getting that pen and piece of paper, writing down your thoughts, doing things that make you happy, listening to music, sitting out in the sun, in the grass, and getting your vitamin D, stuff like that. I mean, I haven't done it because of my neighborhood. I'm not sitting in any grass around here. I need to be in like a park away from where I live or something where I can sit in the grass and not got to worry about dog poop, nobody, and then when I say within, I'm talking about inside of you, within, time you will heal. It takes time to heal, because it takes time to have learned the things you have learned. It takes time to have gotten the place that you're in, that you're allowing yourself to be abused, or that you're allowing yourself to think less of who you are. And if God created you, and if God is inside of you, why are you treating yourself less? And I'm only telling you this because I have learned this. And I'm learning it now. I'm learning that you have to forgive yourself. And in order to forgive others, you first have to forgive yourself. And I haven't really much forgiven myself for even allowing all the things that I allowed to happen to me all my life, even from a kid. When you don't deal with stuff, even like bullying, it will affect you as an adult. It will affect how you deal with people, places, and things, and you may not understand why you might be acting out, or why you keep losing people in your life, or why people keep treating you a particular way. And it's not always that it's you. Most of the time it is just them. But at the same time, you got to be able to recognize the patterns in your life and take a break and be like, whoa, what is really going on in my life? What am I not paying attention to? It's something that maybe I need to change, or maybe it's something I need to pay attention to, and I'm learning this. And also, I'm not forcing myself to be somebody I'm not. Like I said, I'm not somebody that's in my Bible 24/7 all day, going day long, because for me, how my life set up and with my kids, that's a little impossible because of their ages. You know, I have like 2 that are really, really young and 2 that's a little bit older that I can kind of do that with. You know, and it's hard to kind of get the other 2 to sit down and concentrate. And right now, I'm like really on a spiritual journey, so I take this very serious. So I be needing that a long time, you know. But I am going to end this video on that note. Again, apply that pressure where you're supposed to apply that pressure. And even though you're supposed to apply pressure on people, test that spirit and stuff, I know that. But this pressure I'm talking about is that pressure within yourself. You know, don't run from yourself. Face yourself. You know, go within, look within. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not. It's scary because I was a little young when the Lord set me down, and I was a little young when I made a decision when I didn't realize the choice I was making because I wasn't. My mind wasn't as open as I thought it was. Yes, I had wisdom. Yes, I knew things that I don't understand how I always knew certain things at certain ages that I possibly shouldn't have known, but it blew my mind. And before I even learned who I really am, you know, I look back and I just think about not listening. And sometimes when we look in our life and we make choices, yeah, we got free will. When we make a choice, whether it's going to be good or bad, and like when the outcome is bad, we always like, woe is me, woe is me. Hold up. When it is woe is me, stop and think like, hold up, how did I get here? You know, because sometimes we choose people, friendships, relationships, and we stay in things that we shouldn't be in, and then we blame God. You can't do that, because if something is from God, you'll always have peace and joy with it. You'll never have to question it, and it will always feel right. You know, but when it's not from God, you're going to always question it. You're going to always have something, this tugging at your insides about it, you know. So that's why I say what I say. You know, give yourself some credit. And I'm learning to do that. I'm learning to accept compliments. I'm learning to really remember that my beauty is not defined how the world finds me beautiful. I find my beauty in just being myself, because I have so many photos where as though I could look like whatever, you know. And I speak on this a lot because what I went through over a period of years. It worked on my confidence. It worked on how I viewed myself, you know, because I always did pride myself on looking beautiful on the outside to myself, not for other people, but for myself. But at the same time, I feel like whatever I'm feeling in the inside would show up on the outside, you know. And I did get really depressed and kind of stopped giving in to myself. But now I take care of myself now, you know. And I'm not saying like I let myself go and let my hygiene go, not those kind of things. I'm talking about I went from being a girl that every other day I was changing my hairstyle. Like I always was in heels. You couldn't catch me looking bad. And if I wasn't in my house clothes, it was like decent lounging clothes like that you could still run to the store, and it wasn't like pajamas all fluffy and bonnets on my head type. That wasn't me. I was the type I had to have on earrings, and if I didn't want to take down my wrap, because it's not like I was going nowhere, so I didn't want to take down my wrap or make it lose its shape or whatever. So I keep it pinned a particular way where it looked still classy, you know, because you ever seen older women back in the day when, say, like, they do have on nice house clothes, but like they not going nowhere, like leaving a house professional or nothing, and they in their neighborhood, and say like they probably sweeping their porch, but they got their rollers in their hair, but they got dressed nice, probably still got on earrings and makeup on it, but they got their rollers in their hair. I'm talking about like that. But again, like I said, I'm gonna let this video go. And I pray that you all have a beautiful and blessed day. Peace and blessings to the next video. Until next time, beautiful souls.